legal book also, because it gives sanction to obligation to the oaths. You see what he used it for? What is Freemasonry saying here? That the Holy Bible represents all the world's Bibles, all the holy books of all the world's religion, and equal to them, and can be replaced by them. Okay? And then I have a list of all the different sacred volumes of the sacred law of all the different religions that they have in the encyclopedia. Okay. The Koran and the Vedas and the Tripitaka of the Buddhists and the Vedas of the Brahmins and the book of the Taoists and the Hindus and all that. That the Bible use is only a legal book because it on which to obligate candidates. That's all you look at. Do you know something? In the 28 years I was in Freemasonry, there wasn't anything taught to us out of the Bible. A verse would be said here and there out of the Bible to support my ritual. No teaching. Oh, lots of beautiful, flowery lectures on brotherly love and relief and truth and temperance and fortitude and justice and, okay? That the Lodge does not use it as a textbook for teaching divine law. It doesn't. Coyle in his book, Encyclopedia of Masonry, that blue book on page 520 states that it is not looked upon as God's divine law, inspired and revealed. The prevailing Mason's opinion is that the Bible is only a symbol of divine will, law, or revelation, and not that it contains contents of divine law, inspired and revealed. So far, no responsible authority has held that a Freemason must believe the Bible or any part of it. And that's exactly where it will lead the Mason. Eventually, to disbelieve the Bible. I was talking to a Shriner in the Chinook Mall in Calgary one day, and he was selling tickets on a car. And he was with his Shriner's hair and headgear and everything else. He was sitting there, and I walked up to him and I said, "Do you really know what you're into?" And he said, "What do you mean?" I says, "You know," he says, "I'm an ex-Mason. I was over 37 degree, 1 degree below you." And I says, "I've come to a conclusion that Freemasonry is contrary to the teachings of the Holy Bible." "Oh yeah, but I have nothing to do with the Bible." Hey. Because he doesn't. The Bible is considered a piece of furniture in the lodge. And in Mackey, in page 286, it states, "Furniture of the lodge, the Bible, the square, the compass are technically said to constitute the furniture of the lodge." That's all it is. It's no different than a chair or a table. Okay, you see? Now, another one. The Holy Bible is incomplete. That's the taproot of every cult, too. That there is a higher and more knowledgeable revelation. And I already told you about the Kabbalah, okay? And this other, there's more to it. More on the Kabbalah. Now, number 8. That the Holy Bible is a collection of monstrous absurdities. Now, on page 745 of Morals and Doctrine. That's what it states. The Pentateuch and the prophetic poems were merely elementary books of doctrine, morals, and liturgy, and the true secret and traditional philosophy was only written afterwards under veil still less transparent. Thus was the second Bible born, unknown to, or rather uncomprehended by the Christians. A collection, we say, of monstrous absurdities. A monument, Webb says, within is everything that the genius of philosophy and that of religion have ever formed or imagined of the sublime. That's what they're looking on. It's superstition. That the Kabbalah, the key to the Hebrew occult, is a revelation to be admired. And Pike says in page 745, one is filled with admiration and penetrating into the sanctuary of the Kabbalah. To see such a doctrine so absolute. And the first mention of that Kabbalah comes in the 4th degree. So 92% or so, 92% of Masons never hear the word Kabbalah. Okay? They're totally in the dark as far as it's concerned. That it requires a profession in the belief of the Holy Bible as a prerequisite to initiation is in direct opposition to the expressed regulations of Freemasonry. In other words, you should not even ask a person whether he believes in Freemasonry upon initiation, whether he believes in the Bible. And that comes from page 672 in the Encyclopedia of Freemasons, that 2-volume encyclopedia, and it says thus: although in Christendom very few Masons deny the divine authority of the scriptures of the Old and New Testament, yet to require as a preliminary to initiation the declaration of such a belief is directly in opposition to the express regulations of the order, which demands only a belief in God, and by implication in the immortality of the soul, as the only religious test. See, and this belief in God, it can mean anything to anybody. Okay? The God mentioned in the above quotation refers to a God, but not to the God of Holy Scriptures. Is he meaning the Masonic God? Yeah. You see? And before you enter the door of the lodge, you're going to be asked the question. Oh, I avoid attending this meeting, man. Listen to this. Now, this when I was in this blindfolded condition. This is what I was asked in a blindfolded condition. Do you believe in the existence of one supreme and everlasting God? In the Holy Bible, as being a revelation of his will to man and the immortality of the soul. Sounds good, doesn't it? Let us don't talk. Because it says that it is absolutely against the rules to ask a person if he believes in the Holy Bible. And yet he asks you that. See? Speaking out of two sides of your mouth at the same time.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You talk about the Scottish Rite. What about the Royal Arts? They use the same book. You keep referring to the
Yeah, Scottish Rite. Because that's the largest group. Okay? It's the largest group, and so therefore, but it's the same stuff. It's the same author. Both. Okay? In conclusion, the Masonic view of the Bible is in direct opposition to the believer's statement of faith regarding the Bible, the Holy Bible, and a believer who has given his oath to an organization that has the above view of the Holy Bible cannot seriously partake in the Christian faith. Right? In addition, it is most interesting to see that the leading Masonic authority has to say about the Masonic Bible. Here, he is referring to the 32-page addendum at the front of the King James Version of the Holy Bible. And Coyle says in the Blue Encyclopedia, there has been and still is a great deal of proselytizing for the creeds of various denominations in the society, and certainly a great deal for the Bible, especially a type of book called the Masonic Bible, often containing unauthorized additions. Now he's telling the truth about his own organization. Eh?